This tiny Pacific island is selling citizenship for £100,000, giving buyers visa-free access to 89 countries, including the UK. Why? To protect its residents from climate threats. Nauru is the third smallest country in the world, Nauru, with a population of almost 12,000 people. But like many small islands in the Pacific, it's facing an existential crisis from rising sea levels and needs money to relocate 90% of the population to higher ground, away from the ocean. So it's selling citizenship, or so-called golden passports. All you need is a valid passport from another country, cash, and a clean criminal record. You don't even need to visit the country.
In most cases, people who go for citizenship by investment or golden passport programs, the last place they want to go is the country where they're actually getting citizenship.
So if it's not for the pristine beaches, why would you want to become a citizen of this tiny island? Well, it will allow you to travel to almost 90 countries like Hong Kong, Singapore, the UAE, and the UK without even needing a visa. If you're from the UK, you might be thinking, so what? Residents of the UK can travel visa-free in 186 countries. But if you're from Syria or Afghanistan, you might only have access to 25 or 27 countries. Nauru is not the first country to sell golden passports. Currently, they're on offer from 12 countries, including Malta, Jordan, and a handful of countries in the Caribbean. They also provide a kind of insurance policy for people with unpredictable governance. So for many years, that meant these schemes were popular for people from Russia, China, and the Middle East.
Over the past 5 years or so, there's been an enormous increase in the number of US citizens looking for a Plan B, no matter what their political persuasion is.
For smaller countries, the economic benefit of these kind of programs can be huge, as much as 50% of government revenue. Nauru hopes to make almost £4.5 million in the first year. A lot of money for a country with a troubled history. In the 1900s, the island was mined for phosphate, leaving 80% of it uninhabitable. And since the early 2000s, it's operated offshore detention centres for refugees trying to reach Australia, often in horrific conditions. Schemes like these have been prone to exploitation in the past, allowing criminals to evade law enforcement or launder money. But that's pretty rare these days. At the COP Global Climate Conference, a major sticking point is just how much rich countries, responsible for the vast majority of global emissions, should be paying to keep smaller, less polluting nations safe. And as time runs out, we might just see more nations like Nauru taking matters into their own hands.